Hello everyone, this is Spartan Assassin here, and today we'll be going to have a first look at our Shi Hui's vessel. So we'll start off with Shi Hui because he's the one who starts off right at the end of the map. Like Hong Sun Kang is in the northeastern, the edge of the map here, while Song Jian is at the northwest. We have the Sun Quan at the southeast, and lastly we have the Meng Huo at the southwest, but we are going further south now. And yes, we will be looking at Shi Hui in Vietnam. And for faction mechanic, I don't think so I would need to explain much about his faction mechanic, because if you look at judiciary, you look at subterfuge, this is actually what you can get from Sima Lun, I believe. Let me get some. Yeah. Yep. It's definitely. It's definitely taken from Sima Lun. It's definitely taken from Sima Lun. So we will be looking at what will he do. What can you do as Shi Hui, as a vassal of Shi Hui? What can you actually do in order to survive the current situation that you are in? We are most likely going to explain to the number. I'll go in detail during our talk in the campaign. So let's just start the campaign then. Alright. Okay, now we'll go and talk about their faction notable characters. You start off with your faction leader, which is Shi Hui. Naively ambition, this is not actually a good trait for a faction leader, but he's currently your faction leader, so you can do anything about it. Unless you actually make sure that he dies and get a better heir. Next up you have your Wei Zuo, Wei Cheng, and You Xian. So these are the four characters you start off, and you start off with Jiu Zhen. There is nothing much you can do actually. You start off with a level 3 city, and you can actually upgrade to level 4 on the 2 turns later, maybe around turn 3. So you better save up your cash for it, because what you want to build is the judiciary for the for him. As you can see in level 5, the Grand Judiciary, you can choose to go for Office for Archives and Seals, or just the Grand Judiciary, and each of them have their own buffs. Like you may gain +8 subterfuge per turn faction wide, but you get a plus 30% income from family estate, which is actually quite good. So with this, so when you play as Shi Hui, you should know that you're going to play like basically Cao Cao on base game before the Fate Divided DLC came, where he gets the scheme mechanic. Hopefully, this is just a hopefully, there will be new mechanics to add, so that at least the subterfuge won't feel like a wasted mechanic. Because like given that what you could do is, for example, if I want to meet Liu Bei, I can use subterfuge to like, I think there's no subterfuge for Shi Hui. Okay, but can I get them? Yes, I can. It is up to, I don't think so, the subterfuge, the one that actually improvise the relationship, as well as somehow harm the relationship option is not there in the diplomacy. But hopefully in the next patch, if let's say Ironic actually watches the preview and then he saw the bug, maybe I'll tell him tonight as well. So hopefully by the next patch he will get his unique diplomacy option, which is the one that we saw for Sima Lun as well as Cao Cao. And yeah, this is basically your start. You start off with just Juchen, but you are a vessel of Shi Hui, which makes you quite in a good position to start off with, I would say. Like, you are not at war with basically any of the closest factions. You have your Shi Hui here in Hepu and Shi Huang here at Gaoliang, so no worries from anywhere from your north. Even Panlin, is this even Panlin? No, this is, yeah, Panlin. So even Panlin from the Sanyue faction, who is currently at war with you, they can't harm you because Shi Hui is already at your north. He is the one who will be dealing with them, so it is not your issue, not your problem actually. But you do know for one thing that staying in Juchen for quite a long time is not good for you. You definitely need to expand. Now, where should you expand? I would suggest you straight up go and declare war among the Menghuo, Mulu, and Samoke, the three Nanman factions, because you have to understand what you have, they don't have, which is crossbows, juggernauts, and better infantry, spearguard. These three alone is enough to let you beat your way into Nanman territories, take over Jiaozi, Yunnan, and the rest of the Nanman territories. You can always burn them, you can always fire them from long range, you can always, like, use your better spear guards to, like, make sure that you have a proper front line and add up one or two calves to, like, flank them. It is always up to you to decide, but you have something of an advantage here. You have the range advantage, you have the firepower advantage, you have basically all the advantages that you can get from the Han, you can get at Shi Hui to expand into the Nanman territory. So this is what I would suggest. Pan Lin, ignore him. You don't have to deal with him. Let Shi Hui and the gang deal with him. It's not your fight. You are best not waste your time on the north. Instead, focus on the Nanman. Deal with the easiest target for the Han Empire, which is you yourself. You are part of the Han Empire, so you have to be doing stuff which is easier for you. You make sure that you make use of every single technologies from the Han Empire that you get. Blitz your way into Nanman territories, get yourself a proper base in the western region, and after that, you can finally choose to decide: invade Liu Zhang, or invade Liu Biao, or start your fight with Pan Lin by that time. So decide yourself. You actually start off at the southernmost territory of the Han Empire, so you don't have to worry about someone, like, you won't have to worry about if, let's say, Cao Cao declares war on you and he sends someone all the way from here, sailing all the way down here just to invade you in Juchen. You don't have to worry about that. All you want to worry is Sun Quan, because distance-wise Sun Quan is closer to you. He can, like, send some navies and sail down here, but Cao Cao and the northern warlocks, you don't have to worry. And since you have the subterfuge, make sure that you always, in the next patch maybe, always use it to enhance your relationship with Sun Quan. For Shi Hui and the gang is not a real threat actually. You are just their vessel, so you are just Shi Hui's vessel, so you don't have to worry about it. You just need to worry about Sun Quan actually declaring war on Shi Hui and actually invade all of you. So this is what you want to prevent: a Sun Quan naval invasion. Because their distance is quite near, and they have tons of tech which can just crush everything in this region. So enhance your relationship, invade the Nanman, and secure yourself a position in the Jing or the Yi province, either one of them, and focus on who is your next target. Yeah. So unique units wise, I won't be talking much because as Shi Hui, you don't actually gain a lot of unique units. You are actually just using most of the Han unique units. So maybe in the future they might get, but for now they won't get. And yeah, that is actually all that I can talk for the Shi clan for Shi Hui especially, and your only unique building is just this judiciary. There's nothing much new. Your faction mechanic is the subterfuge, which until now you don't even know what to do with it since you don't have the option to do with it.
你若心怀天下，如此倒也合算。
Yeah, you don't actually have the subterfuge, the way to enhance and harm your relationship and stuff. So can't do much. Basically, the mechanic is there, but it felt like a waste because you can't actually use the faction mechanic at all. Hopefully, in the next patch, it will be fixed with the diplomatic option. And the next video will be looking at the rest of the Shi clan. Maybe we'll go with Shi Hui, and then we go to Shi Huang, and lastly the other one more guy here. Who is he again? Let me check. Shi Hui, Shi Huang, Shi Wu. So we'll have a look. Definitely we'll go for the Shi clan, his vessel first, and then only we'll go and actually have a look at Shi Xie, which I don't need to talk about their Blender mechanic and a lot of stuff. So yeah, that is all for today's video. Hopefully maybe I might do another Shi clan video tonight, but that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one then. Bye.